How's it, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic. The topic of the Chinese and the US trade war. The war between these two countries have crashed the market over and over again and has made highs in the market over and over again. So this war is dangerous. It's dangerous for investors like myself, because I believe in quite a few of the Chinese stocks, especially when it comes to the technology front. I believe that some of the Chinese companies are way advanced worldwide on a few sectors. And definitely when it comes to the technology front, the futuristic companies, the Chinese companies are way ahead of everyone else. When I talk about futuristic companies, I'm talking about taxis flying in the sky. I'm talking about electronic vehicles. I'm talking about smart cities, smart countries. I'm talking about smart education, smart sectors. Basically taking everything electronic. And this is the way the world is heading. So first of all, I'd like to say that I am heavily invested in some of these Chinese stocks because I believe in the companies. I'm not buying into politics. I'm buying into how great the company is, where the company is going, what the vision is, how big they will be in the future. This is how I'm buying into my stocks. I'm not focusing on a little bit of politics here and politics there, rumors here, rumors there, because at the end of the day, it's going to hit the market. It's going to hit the stock market 100%. It's going to hit the stock market in that week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month. It's going to go down for a long time. But if the company is worthy, if the company has something that other companies do not have, eventually they will come out the winners. And that's the way I play the stock market. So guys, first of all, I would like to say that I am not a financial advisor. And yes, I do play a bit risky sometimes. So please, before you jump into any of the stocks that I mentioned, you take any of my feedback on board, you need to jump into the internet and you need to find out for yourself whether this is a stock that you would like to invest in, whether this is a sector you would like to invest in. Don't just take my word and run with it. Because I did this when I was a beginner and I lost some serious bucks. For those beginners out there, I would like to just give you a little bit of an update on what I'm actually talking about. Every single month, sometimes every single week, there's a new piece of bad news hitting the market about the Chinese industry, which makes the Chinese stocks crash for a little bit. Mostly the news is about the delisting. Always there's an issue about Chinese trade and stocks, and the US would like to delist this company and delist that company. And obviously, if you are delisting a company based on a country, the fear is spread around all of those stocks in that country. Doesn't matter how big that stock is. If you got hundreds and thousands and sometimes even millions of investors jumping out of a stock, it will send the stock down. Sometimes 10%, sometimes 15%, sometimes 20%. These are huge figures. This could be a position that you have been building for years and years and years, and all of your profits are just taken out just because of one piece of news. One piece of news that is going to hit that area of the stock market. I would like to give you an example. I'm invested in LKCO, fantastic technology company in China. A few months ago, they were on trial for a delisting. A delisting based on some drama that had been created over the news and over the financial magazines and all of that. And I believe that they were not going to be delisted. So instead of me jumping out of the stock, I invested more. As it went down, and I averaged down as much as possible. Then when it came the day, the judge said there was no delisting taking place, obviously because there's no credible information out there to delist this company. And I knew this from the start. This was just scandal to drop a stock, to drop a Chinese stock. When that Chinese stock dropped because of a possible delisting, a lot of people invested in all the other Chinese stocks also started jumping out because they thought, okay, who is next then? But like I said, I invested more. Came the time when the judge said, okay, there's no delisting happening. And the stock went up around 30-40%. So I guess I benefited from this. However, it's a very risky and heart attack inducing type of profit that I made there. I would like to talk about a video I recently watched on one of my favorite investor YouTube channels. And this is Fresh Investing. I will link her channel down below. She's Chinese. However, she is not biased. She is in a lot of the US stocks as well as the Chinese stocks. And she has some great information. And it's free. So head over to her channel, check out what she has to say. But her latest video hit me hard. She spoke about how most of these rumors today have been coming actually from the Chinese side, because they would like to get the big time institutions, US institutions, out of the Chinese stocks, because they are making the Chinese stocks crumble when the news is bad, make it skyrocket when the news is good. And this is just not healthy for a stock. She believes that some of these rumors are coming out of China. And this is for the big Chinese institutions to jump in at a lower price. Because when you got the backing of the Chinese institutions, a little bit of trade war nonsense will not hit these small cap Chinese stocks like they are today, because the fear is out there. Everyone is fearful to jump into these Chinese stocks. And I do not believe that they should be, because these companies are way ahead of the rest. I currently have around 60 to 70% of my stocks into Chinese investment, because I believe there's a huge future in these stocks. So I would like to reiterate my stance on this situation. I believe that it's all a bit of political scandal to try and dilute and drop the Chinese stocks out there. And for me, if I invest in a company, I've done extensive research on that company. And if I believe they have a future, I would not be jumping out anytime soon. Even if they say, okay, we're going to delist them off the stock exchange. Because most of the time, if I invest in a company, they are a legitimate company, there's no scams involved, and I've done heavy research on that. So guys, I would like to find a little more about how my community feels about these scandals and the Chinese and US trade wars and their education scandals and all of this. I would like to find out in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and if you are invested in any Chinese stocks and which ones. Let's share our picks. Let's help each other out. Let's help each other plant the seed that will help us in the future to gain as much profit as possible. I'll be sharing some of my Chinese picks down below, and you guys can do your research and hopefully jump in with me so we can all ride these stocks to maximum profit. And once again, guys, pay yourself first, because you are worth it.